What if it actually does work out? What if all the things you've been planning for, educating yourself on, and training yourself for works out in your favor? Guys, this is the mindset of a winner, a successful person. Guys, oftentimes, especially with people with anxiety, people, I think honestly, people in general as well, our minds are sort of programmed to look at the worst case scenarios and to play it safe. Guys, title of this video, if I'm not wrong, is to flip your fear into excitement. Um, Guys, I've been reading a book called Dare. It's actually called Dare for Anxiety Recovery and from Byron McDonough. But I think this can apply to literally everyone when it comes to goal setting and everything else and just life in general. Um, Anxiety can create a lot of bizarre physical and psychological symptoms, and one of them is catastrophizing. Now, of course, you may have physical manifestations of anxiety, but also the psychological symptoms of anxiety can include, well, intrusive thoughts, and one of them being catastrophic thinking. You could, be feeling positive one moment, and then bang, you might get like a hit of, anxiety, these anxiety symptoms, and it could be you catastrophizing about the future, or you could be thinking about the past of what you could have done. Or, well, first off, guys, it is always framed in a negative outlook. You are always outlooking for the worst case scenarios. You're always looking at what if that happens? What if my partner leaves me? What if I go sick? What if my idea for this business didn't doesn't work out? Instead of thinking that way, guys, instead of having your mind programmed to think of the worst case scenarios, why don't you switch that to excitement? Guys, at the end of the day, that all of that is based out of fear. Now, God doesn't want you to live in fear, and nor do you. And this is simply how your brain has been programmed. Because I mean, let's think about it, guys. Thousands of years ago, we didn't have modern societies where we obviously have like a normal um, sort of life, and we didn't have to run away from tigers and hyenas and stuff like that. And so obviously our brain was constantly going to like the worst case scenarios and all that stuff. So our brain naturally is programmed to avoid risk, avoid discomfort, stuff like that. But it's such an incredible thing, guys, that you can actually flip your fear into excitement by just telling yourself that you are excited by this anxious sensation, or this anxious feeling that you might be getting from starting a business. Or it could be the most simple thing, guys. Like, I know people who are like in their older ages, and they've started driving lessons, for example, and that was a big step for them. But when they actually made that step, that first step, it was scary. But if you keep on walking, I mean, the discomfort will, wave off after a time, and your life is actually bigger because of it. Your opportunities in life is bigger because you actually went into the fear itself. And fear, guys, is just a protector. I mean, let's just be honest about it. Excuse me. Let's just be honest about it, guys. It's just a protector, but oftentimes it can hold us back from what we really want, and what we really want to do. So flip your fear into excitement by simply saying, "I am excited by this feeling. I am excited by this feeling." Byron McDonough talks about it in the Day book. And so, yeah, guys, as I said, it all it is a protector. And I can say this about my life, guys. Since I've joined like a partnership program type thing for get myself into like a career. And when I first went in back, well, I've actually had to leave that environment because I was suffering with anxiety so bad. But obviously, when you learn to actually confront the anxiety as it is, call it out on its bluff. I have got videos, guys, previous videos on how to actually, overcome anxiety disorder. So go check them out. But yeah, guys, actually experiencing the discomfort short term to prosper in the long term is the way forward, guys. So thinking about, guys, what if it does go right? What if everything that you could have ever imagined happening right in front of your eyes could happen? Why don't you switch your thinking to that? And it's difficult, guys, because oftentimes we are programmed for safety and scarcity and stuff like that. But why don't you just switch that and say, no, do you know what? I don't care. If I don't know, for example, like, you know, you want to buy a car or something like that, or you want to make an investment. I mean, that is risky as it is, but you're not going to know what's going to happen unless you make that decision. And of course, guys, it is scary and all the rest of it. But until you make that decision, guys, I mean, it's, you know, have an abundance mindset, guys. Basically, what I'm saying, have an abundance mindset. Flip your fear into excitement. What if it does go right? You know, everything, guys. I mean, you know, I feel like, you know, as a young guy myself, I'm only 18 years old, and I have, you know, been trying to obviously, you know, change my perspective on things. But yeah, guys, actually think about what could go right. You know, stop. I mean, first off, guys, I want to talk about catastrophic thinking right now. I've struggled with this for a long time. I've talked about on this channel before. You know, I've had a difficult time with anxiety disorder and stuff like that. And of course, you know, you might have these intrusive thoughts and you know, stuff that keeps you from making that big decision, that, you know, stops you from actually reaching out and, you know, actually making that decision. And that could be, you know, anything, you know, simple. Well, it could be anything simple, or it could be something big, just like making a YouTube channel. Just making this video, guys, that is, you know, I mean, it's not really a massive risk for me to make a video, but, you know, I could risk people not really enjoying the video. I could risk, you know, people making fun of me, but that's just the risk you got to take, guys. And also, it's not really a risk, is it? But I understand where people are coming from. You know, I've had mates in the past who say, you know, I want to make a YouTube channel, I want to make content, but they don't actually, you know, first off, they talk about it too much. You know, there's too much talk and no action. You know, actually go towards, yeah, guys. I mean, when you learn the response that you need to anxiety, as it is, because anxiety is a protector. It is a, you know, it is your stress system firing to protect you. But once you understand, guys, how to respond to it and how to respond to it in utter acceptance, life opens up, and you don't actually fear failure as well. I think it's a beautiful thing, guys, because, you know, fail. I mean, fail. You know, the acronym for fail is first attempt in learning, guys. So, you know, don't expect, guys, to have it out straight away, guys. My first video, man, was like, I mean, it wasn't great. I mean, obviously I have improved this since then. I've of course got a ring light. I've got a little microphone. Obviously I've improved like my background, like my bedroom, but I have still got a long way to go, guys. But actually taking that step forward, guys, you know, instead of just, you know, waiting for the newest camera to come out or whatever, you know, or just having the right equipment to have it. No, start where you are. Start with your phone. Literally, I'm recording this on my phone right now. I use everything on my phone. So yeah, basically how this links into catastrophic thinking, guys, is that first off, just take that step, guys. Take that step and you'll be shocked and surprised and just happy to know that, you know, you actually did make that step, and, you know, just carry on with that attitude, guys. It's so sad, guys, because I mean, I've only just recently, you know, obviously understanding the mechanics of the mind and how it works, because so often, guys, you know, it's held me back, and not just people with anxiety, guys. I think this can be said for just the general population, that, you know, we want to play it safe, that we want to, you know, take the, you know, the route that's most, you know, walked on. And from a survival perspective, that makes sense. But from, you know, you know, from how our minds are wired, as I said before, obviously a couple of thousand years ago, we were fighting lions and hyenas and stuff. As I said in the daybook, because our brains are, you know, wired and programmed to seek and, you know, just like try and think about the worst case scenarios. And even when we, you know, go and do the things that we actually want to do and things that we want to, you know, pursue, this can hold this can hold us back. So why don't you flip? Because, guys, as I just said, I'm just doing a big circle here. As I just said, guys, that fear, that is all produced out of fear and anxiety. Fear and anxiety, how that manifests is through procrastination, because this is really what it is, guys. Procrastination. And I listened to a great guy, Ali Ben Hariz, on YouTube. Go check him out. And he talks about how procrastination is procrastination is a sophisticated way of, perfectionism. Perfectionism is a sophisticated word for procrastination. You're not going to have it right straight away, man. You're not going to have it right straight away, and it's okay to, keep failing at the start and whatever. So yeah, but of course, I think that is the fear that a lot of people have, that they won't do it perfect. And again, this relates to people with anxiety. But actually think about what could go right, guys. Flip. Yeah, it's sort of like cognitive reframing, guys. To thinking one way that's negative, and the things that could go wrong. Sort of like thinking what could go wrong, so we can like put preventative measures down. And so, I mean, exactly, man. If you are thinking like that, bro, you are in a state of loss straight away. Like, you were losing straight away, man. You were not going to win with that mentality. Thinking, oh, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? What if my partner leaves me? What if this business idea fails? What if people don't like my YouTube channel? Bro, screw it. Just see what happens. Actually think about the cases where it could go right. What if my YouTube channel does blow up? What if I do find an amazing woman? What if the business blows up? Just have a go, guys. Just have a go with life, and don't be afraid to fail, guys. Fail forward, guys. If you are failing, I think that's great, guys, because you are actually trying. So don't be afraid to fail, guys. Do not be afraid to fail. I think that's what I want to talk about in this video. But guys, it's been a bit of a roller coaster, this video. Just a bit of a rant on really just catastrophic thinking. How our mind can put like protective measures in, but stuff that doesn't actually benefit us in a way that when we do actually want to go after our goals, our mind has this way of looking at the worst case scenarios and holding us back. Instead of that, guys, think about honestly think about the things that could go right. That is it, guys. And the best way to actually do it, because I think it is easier said than done, than just like flipping your perspective. If you are someone who deals with a lot of anxiety, it is difficult. You can't just say to someone to flip your mind into just a positive state. Just snap out of it. Just think positive. But if you can go with the anxiety, go with the anxious feeling that you were feeling, that is stopping you from actually going after your goal. And why don't you, instead of going against the anxiety, guys, which causes a lot more of the anxiety issues, which actually perpetuates the anxiety cycle, why don't you go with the anxiety? Why don't you move with the nervous energy? Why don't you actually go to work and actually create and put that nervous energy into things that are productive? And I know, guys, it is scary and it is difficult and it's hard, but that is the only way to desensitize a sensitized nervous system. That is exactly why, guys, you got too much. That's exactly why, guys, you have got a lot of anxiety. So face your fears, guys. Stop avoiding anxiety. Avoiding anxiety only reinforces it and makes you feel, well, just paralyzed in fear and stagnant. Makes you feel demoralized. So yeah, guys, flip your fear into excitement. And that's my video, guys. So, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, yeah, this is a bit of a different one, but yeah, guys, hope you have been enjoying my content. These are just my thoughts, guys, just my thoughts down written on a piece of paper, just to put my ideas out into the world. So, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Please comment, like, and share. Subscribe to the Adam Donegan channel if you're new here, and thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace out.